After understanding the automation process in Genlogin, I will guide you in detail about the nodes in the automation script. In this app, I will create a new mini app to work on and introduce to you. I will click on the Create App button. This will be the script editing interface for you, and above here there will be a search bar to find the nodes I have used. Let's assume we have a Go Back node. I will try to find the Go Back node here. There, and we will find and locate the node we have used. Next, there will be a button, as I mentioned in the previous video, to switch between editing the interface and the script of the mini app. Next is the Table button to create a table and use for the Insert Data node. I will guide you on this node later. Then there is Save to save the script, and Run to execute my script. This three-dot icon will allow you, firstly, to show logs so you can display the log during your script running process. Next, the Save As button allows you to save the current script as a new script in Genlogin. Additionally, in the Settings section, there are two items, a toggle for the Debug button and the animation of the connecting wire. Here I will connect from the Start button to the Go Back button. Currently, there is an animation of this connecting wire. I go into Settings, turn it off, and the wire will be still. This is useful for those with low-spec machines or overly complex scripts, as turning it off can make the application run smoother. On the left-hand side, you can edit the name. I will click on the pencil icon here. You can name it, for example, Open Tab. This is the version, just leave it as 1.0.0. Next is the description part. I will describe it as a test for you. After that, I press Save. Here I will select Profile. If I choose Empty Chrome, it will run on an empty profile, not yet created on your account. You can select existing profiles on your machine. Let's say I will randomly choose one here, and I will run the automation buttons on this profile. Since Genlogin is a no-code automation software, you will use the nodes to illustrate your actions. With a basic node, say here the New Tab node, there are two ends. On the left side, there is a green button, which will come from another node to this green one. Next, on the right side, there are two output buttons, one green and one red. The green button corresponds to the successful execution of this node. The red button corresponds to a failure. It will determine whether the execution was successful or failed to proceed in two appropriate directions. Next, I will lead you to the most basic nodes in the navigation section, the first section. Here are some nodes. First, the New Tab node, where you can open a new tab with the URL of that tab. Suppose I will open the website ingine.vn. I will type here ingine.vn. I will enter the URL link here, or I can take that link from a variable I have set up earlier. Since I haven't set it up yet, I will use a fixed link. Here, a wait time is a wait for the tab to open. It is 0 by default, equivalent to this load button, and will wait until the entire tab, the whole page, is successfully loaded. Only then will it confirm success and continue to the next node on the right. I will close and try running it. I will run the New Tab button. There, it will open the ingine.vn website for me. Next is the Activate Tab button, which will be used to switch between tabs when you use multiple tabs in your automation process. Suppose I open another tab and go to YouTube. This is tab number 1, this is tab number 2. For Activate tab, now I will set it to number 2 for example. I save it and run. There, it will switch to tab number 2 for you. You can set up number 1 and number 2 as you wish. Next comes the Open URL button. This Open URL button is similar to the New Tab button, but it does not open a new tab. It replaces the URL on the current web page. Suppose here I will continue to open ing.vn. This is YouTube. I will run this open URL. It will replace the URL of ing.vn on this YouTube and it will open. Next is Close tab. This is simply to close the tab. I will have two options. One is the current tab where I choose any tab to close. Similar to the Activate button, I will choose the tab's number. Suppose here I close the current tab. Then the current tab will close, leaving only one tab. Next is the Go Back button. This Go Back button will return to the previous page in that tab. Simple, right? Next is Reload page. This will be to reload the page, similar to the F5 button. And those are the basic nodes in the navigation section.